Hello there, welcome back, and we're still on property investment strategies, and also AIN, the Alternative Investor Network, is also a platform that can assist you with helping you set up your property portfolio, scale your property portfolio if you don't have any property yet, to help you get things started. All right, so we have discussed a few things now in our previous modules, covering some good strategies, but also the introduction into property investment. But also it's important to always keep in mind that you need to keep running the numbers, making sure that you understand the homework or the due diligence process when it comes to property investment, so that you can really map yourself forward in terms of your journey with property investment. So let's go to the next property investment strategy, back to back. Remember, I spoke to you about back-to-back deals. Yes, it is very complex. It is a bit technical, and you need to know what you do. Otherwise, you are going to be in hot water. All right, so you need to know what you're doing in this specific property investment strategy. So when we look at back-to-back deals, it's literally a case of finding a property. A seller wants to sell a property, and you are the one that wants to buy that property as an investor. So between the two of you, you actually make the deal, get the OTP signed, and make sure that you get this process kickstarted. But then what happens is you find another buyer for that specific property. All right, so how does it work now? So you find the other buyer at a better price, because remember, you want to make a profit on the property that you are reselling or on selling. All right, so you need to make sure that you sign an OTP with that buyer. All right, see why it's getting a bit on the complexity 101 scale. So that's why you need to understand the legal impact and also the technicalities of this deal specifically. All right, so what will happen then is that the buyer will then get approval on or finance from their institution, or they buy it outright, depends on what their buying structure is like. And then what will happen is the two OTPs will actually then get submitted to the registration office, but only one OTP will be registered between the buyer that you are selling to, and the homeowner that they are selling their property. All right, so remember that it doesn't say that you're not going to have any costs involved there, because there is an OTP that need to be signed on both deals between you and the seller, you and the seller. But also when you find an additional buyer, that OTP also needs to be taken care of. And remember, what it means is that only one OTP will get registered. All right, good. I know it sounds technical, but also this is one of the deals that we will get you in detail in terms of signing up for our course and making sure that you can capitalize on back-to-back deals. All right, but let's take you through a few case studies. Remember, I said that you will have some cost involved. In some cases, no or little cost, but there will be some costs involved. All right, so let's quickly look at Leroy's back-to-back deal. So Leroy found this property. It was bought for $350,000. He had to pay an attorney fees, because remember, there's a legal process that you need to follow. He didn't do any refurb, so he managed to spend $358,000. The market value of all the properties in that area is around $600,000, and he managed to sell it for about $520,000. So he made about $160,000 Rand profit. Does that sound good? It sure does to me. All right, so let's look at Percy's deal. So Percy purchased the property for $520,000. He had some expenses, $2,500, then the attorney fees of about $21,000. So his total spend was $543,000. Okay, so the market value for the properties in the area is about $650,000, and he managed to sell it at $650,000, which gave him a profit of about $100,000 Rand. All right, so remember, in some cases there's zero cost involved, refurb or that, but sometimes there will be some costs involved, whether it's maintenance, renovations, etc. All right, and lastly, let's look at Daniel's deal that he managed to get. All right, so he found the property, paid an agreed price for 1 million Rand. He had some refurb and fees. In this case, it was an urgent sell. So the seller said that she'll give him discount on the property, but she needs $100,000 in her hand because she needed to relocate, which he did, and he spent about 50,000 on renovation and maintenance. Attorney fees was about 20,000, so his total spend was 1.17 million. The market value for those properties were about 1.5, and he managed to sell it for 1.4, which made him a profit of about 230,000 rand, which is not bad. All right, what we need to understand also with back-to-back deals is you cannot do it by yourself. Please make sure that you understand this can get you in hot water. All right, you'll end up with a property that you didn't anticipate to get or hold on to, but this is something that you can capitalize from and make a good profit if you play it right. In our course, the Property Activator Program, we will dive in detail with information and how-tos when it comes to back-to-back deals. All right, so see you soon for the next module, and then we will catch up then.